absolutely breathtaking, and you'll be able to see all of the teams right throughout the year. Teams like the Lobethal Tigers and the Echunga Demons, Blackwood, Hahndorf Magpies, Ironbank, Bridgewater, Cherry Gardens. How's that for a mouthful? We mentioned the Tigers, Mount Lofty Mountain Devils, the Nair Bremer United Rams, the Onkaparinga Valley Bulldogs, and the Birdwood Roosters. And what we'll be doing is, we'll be relying on people from the various clubs to get to us and give us details as to sponsors, because you are such an important commodity in our world of football. And the world of football will start this afternoon for the Demons, and they will of course be bouncing around, as you can see now, in the red, looking pretty good. The weather conditions aren't too bad, not too bad, and they are on the go. They'll be on the job, and they'll be running around this afternoon, and they'll be up against a combination, the Lobethal Tigers, who could do just about anything. And I'll give you some details about the Tigers in just a moment. But I'll say to Kim Pocock, who's the president, thanks Kim, to you and your troops for the information that we require to give across to our punters, to give across to let them know exactly what's going on. We want to tell them about the sponsors, we want to tell them about who's doing well with the goals, the better kicks, etc, etc. All the stats that make up for a combination where we saw last year extraordinary Lobethal 7-9-51, beat Hahndorf 6-12-48 in a breathtaking grand final by just 3 points. That in itself was, well, something to behold. What will happen throughout the day will be, we'll concentrate on this game, and where possible we'll be giving out scores of the other games that are being played. For example, we had a game that was played last night, and it was won by the Bulldogs 10-11-71 to Mount Barker 6-4-40. As you can see just below where I am, the umpires are about to come out, the Kermit the Frogs. They're on their way out now with a bit of breeze, but it's not too bad. Not too bad at all, and they'll get themselves into a position of authority. And there's the siren, the indication by the middle umpire. The middle umpire in this situation is Leon Dolling, and he holds the ball aloft and says, righto, we're getting ready to get ourselves to go. So that's our program. We will call the game. We'll be giving you the better goal scorers, the better players, and at the end of the game we'll be giving away some very special, I won't call them trophies, but I'll say that as far as our visits to the hills, they're pretty impressive, and we'll be talking about that right throughout the game. I'll just give you a bit of detail about these two teams. The Echunga Demons, following a decision by Simon Quid to step down as a coach after 3 seasons, the Demons selected Darren Van Zetta to assume the role. Darren's previous coaching experience and success across country Victoria and South Australia, community league clubs and associations, and a grand final at Pathaway. More recently, a premiership coaching Flagstaff Hill. He also spent time coaching women's football, so he's got some very, very good credentials. He spent 2022 as a keen spectator with his youngest son Cody, and joined the Demons senior squad. Excited to coach Echunga, Simon Quinn, the grandson of course of Bob Quinn. Last season 8th with 7 wins and 11 losses in a 10-team competition. They are the Demons, and they look pretty reasonable out there. The Demons colours, it's a grand old flag. I wonder how grand it'll be this afternoon. Lobethal Tigers, Jack Osborne, Big Oz, heading back as a senior coach. He spent 2020 in the season, an A grade. He reached the grand final. He topped the goal kicking. He finished second in the shortened campaign with 39 goals. Appointed as senior coach last week, replacing Trevor Jenkins. He has senior coaching experience with South Gore and recently Sturt as an assistant coach. Also a dual premiership player. How's that for a credential? Family reunion at Tigerland with his wife April, his daughter Sage and his son Cody. Grew up in Tasmania. That's where I Played a lot of football down there. It was a wonderful place. Played with North Hobart until 17. Then headed off, and can you believe it? Played in the USA with basketball. Came back, played with Townsville, Gold Coast, and the Hobart Chargers in the world of basketball. And he's done so many brilliant things. Second last year, 14-4. Under the Aidan Riley performance, they won extra time in the grand final, defending multiple premiers, hand off by 3 points. And the first A-grade title was in 2002. Normal players were Matt Fuller, Alex Giorgio, Jake Stiminich. The triple premiership player at Langhorne was, of course, a substitute or for someone who could do his stuff. And a big rap too to Jamie who's out there. He'll be doing all of our work today, doing our filming and getting across to you, my friends, all the information that is required in country football. And I do reiterate, some of the magic that will be provided to you is all about what's going on with the better teams in this competition. The Tigers, under the astute guidance of Jack Osborne, going into this particular game with, you can't say favourites because it's the first game of the year, but they've recruited pretty well. I've got a list of players that I can go through a little later on for you just to tell you who they've got. And they haven't messed around. Let's have a look and see. Diminish from Langhorne Creek, Cody Zutz from Port Adelaide, Troy Gray from Bridgewater, and Matt Meets from Onkaparinga. Out of the team, Mitch Grigg, who's gone to Athelston, Mitch Jenkins to Norwood, and Ben Coe to Henley. So we're about to start this game.
Thank you.
Players just getting themselves organised. Umpire, start my watch too. Here we go. The first of many. Hope you enjoy it. I can guarantee one thing, I will. We're standing there, watching now, and almost ready to go. We can see Peter Bampton, number 33, just bouncing and jigging and jagging, getting himself organised. Number 14 there for Echunga is Jake Gerke. Ball will be thrown in the air. Okay, fellas, let's have a go at Saturday afternoon football in the hills. Let's see who can do something out of the ordinary. And something can be done out of the ordinary because Bampton kicks the ball towards the half-forward line. Good tackle, umpire says. Was it fair? Yes. And the free kick will go. And Osborne jumps up and gets all excited and says, yeah, I'll take the kick. And he'll kick from a long way out. He's a distance and a half out with his white boots. Comes in. Kicks in towards full forward, just off line, and through for a behind. Now that is what's called a horror for a broadcaster, because when you get all their numbers, and you get them all verified, etc., the first player to get a kick is someone that we haven't got the number for, so we'll get it sorted. We'll get it sorted. It's a behind to nothing in the early stages of this first quarter. Lots of cars here. Doesn't surprise me at all. Beautiful in the hills around South Australia. There's no doubt about that. All good. Now we're going to go for the short pass. They're rushing in to try and block that short pass for Skinner, who's the full-back. He's going to run across and try and block again. He's kicked wide towards the half-back line, punched towards the boundary line. A bit of crowd noise there too. Some in their cars getting out and about. If you're heading to the hills, that's a very wise move. But what I also should say is, bring yourself a coat. Bring yourself a coat. There's the ball towards the boundary line, and it's taken over. That was Jacob Collins who had it. Holding the ball is the umpire. So he is going to be pinged for doing just that. And he's going to take an eternity. We're behind to nothing. Kick back towards centre wing. No one can take the grab. Umpire is there. Players are calling for a ball, and it's going to be holding the ball. I think it will be in the finish. It is number 30 over there. That's Max Harris. Maxie kicks towards the centre wing, and there's a strong mark taken out there. It's the Tigers player out there, Mitch Carter. Carter. Short pass towards the half-forward line. Good kick. There's our mystery man, number 32. We'll find out who he is eventually. Kicks towards the half-forward line. Tigers swing into attack. A long kick towards full forward. Touched off hands. And it's not going to be a score. It's going to be a mark. And the ball kicked towards the boundary line towards going over. Not quite. Number 29 out there is Ellsworthy for Lobethal. For Big Jack's boys. Couldn't clear it away. And there will be a free kick. Echunga and Lobethal, and this is to the free kick for a man who is taking a fair time. That's Aidan Riley. He's got some creds. Playing in the AFL, he knows what Adelaide Crow's all about. A bit of leaner than haircut. What about it, Aidan? 35 out directly in front. Riley! Riley looks alright, and he's kicked the first goal of the game. So Aidan Riley kicks the goal, and with that score, it's a good start too. Lobethal, who are 1-1-7, and they lead the opposition there from Echunga. That's the Demons, who haven't scored. As you can see, Riley removing himself from the ground after that goal. And we've only gone some 5 minutes of this first quarter. 5 minutes of the first quarter. And I'll try and mention the promoters, the sponsors: Echunga Solar Wholesalers, a South Australian-based owned company based in Mount Barker in the Hills, a retailer and installer of the solar-powered systems in South Australia. That's a good wrap. We'll get plenty of those wraps right throughout, not just this game, but from all the games that are being played today. Steady she goes. Ulrich kicks along for Lobethal in towards the half-forward line. Well done. Short passes on. Bounces towards the forward pocket, and it will go over for a throw-in. Or is it holding the ball? It is holding the ball. Good work. Fitzgerald does the dinging. Here goes the short pass across the ground. Didn't have too much oomph in it, but it's going to be cleared back towards the half-back line, and it's marked out there by Diminish. Diminish with the score at 1-1-7-0. Diminish. Right kicking towards full forward, falls shy of the mark. Umpire says my ball, and there will be a toss in the air. Don't forget Woodside Irrigation. Woodside Irrigation, a part of Australia's leading network in pump, irrigation, water and fluid management. And for those who are having some fluid management later on tonight, just be careful. Steady she goes. Get back to the club rooms and support your team in this 10-team competition. Very, very even last year, of course. We had Lobethal and Harndorf playing that stirring grand final that result just 3 points. And here's the pickup. That's a good work there by Bampton. Bampton's kicking towards full forward. Holds up in the breeze, and there is some of it out there, close to the boundary line. Umpire's having a look now. So pick the free kick, or he's going to, I think, no, give it to me. Right of those that are out there sitting in their cars, getting involved in country football. I'm sure that right throughout our coverage, with Dartfish looking to support country football and doing it as best we can. As there's a snap out of the packet through for a behind. So it's 1-2-8.
Yeah.
Goal scorer is Aidan Riley. That's Blackwood. And Demons haven't scored yet. Here's a breakaway in defence. David Liston for the Demons. He kicked that all right around towards the half-forward line from the half-back line. And it's tickled over the boundary line for a throw-in, and being ditched off the ball. Ulrich gets to his feet. He'll be all right. There will be a throw-in. And the boundary umpire's out there. That's Lucy Carroll. Good on you, Lucy. Good to see you up and about. Getting involved in sport, full stop. Good to see. There's a bit of a scramble to see anybody can get access to the pill. That can't happen. And there'll be a throw-in. Jack Osborne for Lobethal and Darren Van Zetta for Echunga. They're the two who are in control. Neatly done, Jake Niminich. Went the hand pass, didn't come clear. Oh, neatly gathered there. That's good work by Harris. ran to the ball, then lost it. Good gather there by Ulrich for Lobethal, back towards centre wing. He thumps the ball a fair distance in towards the half-forward line. Who can gather down there? Nobody can. Umpire says it's my ball and we'll do it again. Football going on. Your seasons might have started today, April Fool's Day. Of course, we've got Easter coming up. Don't forget the kids. Count your grandkids and then count how many eggs you've got, so you make sure that one equals the other while you're in strife. And take them to the footy. Take them to the football. What better place than to be at the football now? Now there's a bit of a push and there's to be a free kick, and in effect the free kick has gone to the big beanstalk down there. That's from Lobethal, number 48. He's another one who's escaped us with a look on the book. I'm thinking it's Stafford. He's a fair distance out. Socks are down. Wearing 48, and he mightn't be 48. His kick is long. Let's have a look. Oh, it's grazed the big white stick and it through from behind. So, brilliantly done by Kim Pocock, and they're giving us all of the bits and pieces. But the thing we like most of all is to know who the players are, and then we can be as accurate as possible in giving you a call. It's 139 to nothing. A good start by the big O, Jack Osborne. They haven't kicked all that accurately, but they've done pretty well, and they will go back into attack now as Dominish has control of the ball. Dominish goes for the short pass into the forward pocket, clears the heads of two or three up there, and it's gone over for a boundary throw in. And someone down there looks like they've got a car fridge open, and someone almost jumped in the back of the car, which is probably a good thing. If you've got some coffee down there, well, bring it over to me. Boundary throw in. Very scrambly. And I'll give the umpires a big roll. Mel Watson, Leon Dolling, Bruce Marston, Greg Edmonds, Lucy Carroll, Tom Carroll, David Redden-Kemp and Gordon Crest. They are all the umpires who are doing a mighty job, and they're waiting now for a couple who are just scragging themselves over there. One of them is including number 32. He's got a few kicks. Can't win anything unless we know who he is. He's chasing the ball towards the boundary line, and it's tickled over for a throw in. A lot of these football teams working through the months of January and February, getting themselves fit. And so, fit all right now. It's so important to win early games, to get some wins on the board. 10 teams in the competition. Handoff last year got to 34 points. Didn't quite win it, but so that's 8.5 wins. Didn't quite get across the line. So early wins, so important. 12 minutes gone in the term. Now we throw in. Put a mat of hair there for the Echunga player from the Demons who can't win it away. And there's a free kick and it's been plucked out and it'll go to the Tigers. Under the tree over there in front of a family affair who've got themselves rugged up and enjoying their Saturday afternoon. Good on you. Kick. Floats towards 4-4. That's not a bad kick. In towards 4-4. Is there a mark? I think there might be a mark down there to Mitchy Carter. Mitch Carter, he's probably about as tall as some of those big trees. Now Mitch not taking too much time. No one on the mark. So Mitch just ambles in and pokes through a goal. So that's a fine grab and a good goal. He kicks his first, and this is a good start now. The Tigers getting their second, so they're 2-3-15, and we haven't as yet had a score from Echunga. It's hard to pick out whether or not there's any breeze. As I said, the brilliant cameraman Jamie doing a wonderful job, and you can see there not a lot going on with the leaves. Not a lot. Tap out of the middle. Away we go again. This is good running by Bampton. In towards full forward. Good tackle! Might be a rewarded tackle! Oh, that was strong and bold. And no free kick too. Thought for a minute there might have been, but no appearance of worship, says the umpire, who now says someone's been whacked a bit high. And it's Echunga who have had a fair bit of pressure. A fair bit of pressure. They clear from half-back. Roundwood set a wing. And there's a fine grab in the middle. That's probably the best mark of the day so far. Echunga, Riley Crombie. And there's going to be a 50-metre penalty. And as we see the ball disappear into a different postcode, they can bring the ball forward. Kick. Now towards centre half forward. Off the hands of the pack. Umpires picked a free kick out. It's a free kick for over the shoulder. And here is a real chance for Nathan Ellis. Nathan Ellis wearing number 25. 15 minutes gone in the term, and now this will be, as he does the big let's throw the grass in the air trick, this will be the first score for the Demons. Come on, Nathan! Nathan gives it plenty, lands just a bit shy of the mark. Who can grab it? They push and they shove. Umpire saying there's a free kick. Free kick, and it'll be Tigers who will relieve. Coming up to 15-minute mark, 2-3-15 to nothing. They leave, they play good football. There's a fine mark taken by Liston. Liston for Echunga, in towards the half-forward line, bounces loose. Hand pass will be on to Wilden. Wilden goes one way or the other. Kicks the ball for the Tigers in towards the forward pocket. Close to going over the boundary line. Umpire watches. He says play on. You can play on, Collins. Collins kicks long towards full forward, clears the pack. Now what's happening? Now it's a free kick. Free kick to the Demons. They'll drag themselves out of what could have been a bit of a mire. But the relieving kick will be across the face of the goal mouth. And it's taken out there by Jason Dicker. Jason Dicker for the D's towards the half-back line. No one can take the grab. Hand passes on. Neatly done, Orich. Orich kicks it towards centre half forward. It bounces and will go through for a behind. So it's 2-4-16 to no score. And we are now 16 minutes into this first quarter. Forward half-back. Scrambling out there. No one can take it. Riley can. Left boot to ball is good. Oh, well done. He sizzled away from the pack. Got the short pass on. And Mitch Carter, who's already kicked one goal. He's a big beefsteak, that fella. Now he's going to take the shot at goal. Boots are not quite orange, but it's a good mark. They kicked an earlier goal. There was no one on the mark and he kicked it from the square. Let's see what he can do. It's on the tarmac. After 50. Come on, Mitch. What can you do? Mitch Carter kicks pretty well. Kicks very well indeed. Our horns are saying that's all right. Mitch gets his second goal. And that's, yeah, good work. Nice and strong and straight and bold. And it's now, well, let's have a look. 4-4-28. I'm hoping that score is right. We haven't as yet had the Demons getting the goal, so not a score. It's been a bit ordinary. And they'd like to be able to get something out of this first quarter. Earlier on, Echunga won by 39 points in the reserves. And they need to try and now regroup and see what can happen. Ball in the air. Scramble. Umpire says, yeah, I'll pick a free kick out. What about it? Come on, Liam Fitzgerald, who tried to run on. And Liam's going to get dragged away. There's his belly button. That shows out in the, it's not the winter. Kick to number 32 across towards the half-forward line. And it's gone over for a boundary throw. And number 32, you're getting plenty of kicks. You're getting a lot of kicks. So at quarter time, change your jumper and put a jumper on so we know who you are. I'd be really pleased about that. Boundary throw in. Pushing and shoving. No one can really take control of the ball. It's hacked in towards the forward pocket and then over for a boundary throw in. Don't forget I'm mentioning Echunga Solar Wholesalers, a South Australian owned company based in Mount Barker in the Adelaide Hills, a retailer and installer of solar power systems in South Australia. And for Lobethal, Woodside Irrigation, part of Australia's leading network in pump irrigation, water and fluid management. They stock a huge range of irrigation and rural equipment in one convenient location, providing quality irrigation related equipment to the Adelaide Hills and southern Barossa Valley, domestic, urban, rural and commercial markets. Clock that! How's that? Woodside Irrigation, well done to you, and Echunga Solar Wholesales, well done to you. Now we've got some movement. We've got the Demons. We're going to go to half forward. Archie Longbottom. I knew he'd get a kick, and he has a kick. He's kicked towards the half forward line. Now he continues to run on. Umpire saying to the man who took the mark, Nathan Ellis, come back a little bit. Ellis kicks towards the half forward line. Now there was some infringing going on, and so that being the case, there will be a free kick to the Demons, and the player who takes the free kick will emerge from a little bit of a grandstand in front of where I am here. I'll be able to pick him up in a minute. He's ready to kick the ball a long way. He's actually over the boundary line, not for much longer because he's about to come in and cross the boundary line. And he does. In towards full forward. Could be the first score of the day, not quite. Punched away. Scrambling play, hand passes on. Good play in defence there by the Tigers. Back towards centre wing. No mark paid there, could have been. Well gathered. That's Skinner. Lates there, got rid of it quickly. Good tackle, holding the ball on play. No, not quite. Crowd thought so. Good crowd. Love it when the crowd gives the free kick. They haven't got a whistle, but they love to give the free kick. Ball towards half forward, the kick is good. And the mark over there at half forward is taken by Jason Dicker. Jason Dicker, 21 and a half gone. First quarter. 4-4-28 to Zip. Kick to centre half forward. Oh, big leap. That's a leap and a half. Fine grab number 43, Luca Jackway. Luca looks like he could do with a decent feed at the end of this game. He's got a chance to kick a score. He's been given some voices from close handy, directions. One is from David Liston. What can you do? Go Luca, that's the call. Go Luca. Luca's kick. There's a beauty! Oh Luca, excuse me. That's the kick of the day for sure. Luca's kicked a long way out and he has made the grade. A bold kick there by Luca Jackaway, and thank goodness, because the Echunga needing a goal, they've got one. They're one straight. Lobethal 4-4-28, and we've gone some 22 and a half minutes. Earlier, in case you missed the reserves, Echunga won by 39 points. Plenty of football action going on right around the place, and once you start to get into a pattern with the coverage of our football from the A grade, etc., etc., you're really going to love what we've got on offer, because you can go wherever you want, you can see the players that you want to see, you can see the teams that you want to see, and you're going to have lots of fun. You can hear about the sponsors who are just so vital. So are the players. who don't wear their jumpers. In towards the half-forward line. Now, it says a little bit too high. I think there it was Cooper Skinner. And so Cooper, not quite sure what to do with it. He'll kick across the face of the goals. Hand pass will be on there from Hamish Felke. Back towards the centre wing. Oh boy, there's a Lobethal for you. It's a jockey. It could have been anybody over there. Jason Holder, who did the big leap, and he landed there on the opposition player, but it's gone over the boundary line for a throw in. 24 gone. First quarter. We'll have a break at quarter time. Only short. Boundary throw in. No one can take it away. A good attempt, actually. Pretty good attempt. Number 45, James Braidwood, tried to drag the ball down, but just couldn't quite get it at the last little bit. Close to quarter time. I'll check the scores and give you a rundown on what goes on. So much football all over the shop. And you've picked the right place, folks. You've picked the right place. You better believe that. That's the kick to be taken by Shane Maslin at half-back. He's kicked into the centre of the ground. 25 minutes gone. Now the ball is kicked back, and Maslin's got it again there. Play on's the call. Maslin's kick into towards half-forward. That was late. And the umpire is saying, no, it's a free kick. Free kick to the big beefsteak down there in defence. Skinner towards the centre half-back position. Neat kick made by Collins. Collins. Long kick into towards the centre wing position. Excuse me. Change your jumper and put another one on. Number 32 gets another kick. How good has his performance been so far? He's been a ripper. You're going to chase the ball down there again. It's well picked up there by Bampton. Bampton, so clever. And with, I think he's got the bicycle helmet on, and that's not a bad thing in this day and age to look after that sort of stuff. And Bampton kicks a goal, and it's going to mean a very good first quarter for Lobethal. We've gone 26 minutes, and that performance from the side that wears the yellow and black, they'd be pretty pleased, all right. Jack Bampton getting a goal. Let's see, we're back in action. Good tap away out of the middle, would be holding the man. Would be a free kick, and it goes to Collins. No, it doesn't. It was pinched for not getting rid of it cleanly, so that being the case, there'll be a hand pass out of trouble, and it goes across towards Ulrich. Ulrich got rid of it quickly, rushing back in as Ellsworth, and there goes the siren. So I'll just wrap it up for you during the quarter time break, and then make sure that we can confirm those scores, because we've got to see whether we can just grab access to the information that we're trying to do to make you happy. It's 5 goals for 34. That's what we think is the score for Blackwood, and they lead Echunga, who are 1 straight 6. Peter Walsh with you from our vantage point, and we're calling the football from the hills right throughout season 2023. Players about to get ready to move into positions to start the second quarter. Scoreboard paints a very rosy picture for the Jack Osborne troops. 4-4-28. And Echunga managing just the one goal, a ripper too, probably the best goal of the game so far, Luca Jackaway. Conditions here are fresh, but you can see from the superb work from Jamie, who's our cameraman, you can have a look at the trees, and there's not a lot of shaking, put it that way. So no wind advantage, I wouldn't think. Trying to work out who's done what with the goal scorers and some of the players, unfortunately, but we'll get there. We'll get them sorted. We'll make sure we know exactly what's going on with the respective players. And the Matchday Club sponsors for today's game, the Echunga Football Club, the Solar Wholesalers, a South Australian owned company based in Mount Barker in the Adelaide Hills, a retailer and installer of solar powered systems in South Australia. And for Lobethal Football Club, Woodside Irrigation, part of Australia's leading network in pump irrigation, water and fluid management. They stock a huge range of irrigation and rural equipment in one convenient location, providing quality irrigation related equipment to the Adelaide Hills and Southern Barossa Valley domestic, urban, rural and commercial I should say, markets. So we'll try and promote as best we can, and that's the plan, to give you, our sponsors, some recognition and some airtime, because sponsorship, it's just live and breathe. I had a phone call from a mate of mine who'd been involved with the football club for a long time down in Tasmania called Glenorchy, to say that the Glenorchy Football Club was folding because they hadn't got any players. And I immediately signed up to be a member, and it's just so sad. You can't presume anything. So for people who get along to the footy club, they go back for a quiet jar, they enjoy that, they support, they do whatever they can, that is absolutely essential.
You'll have to just turn it to
About to start the second term. 33 out there now. That's Peter Bampton. We've seen plenty of Peter at 33. Beside him is Matt Ratt, who is number 18, and number 26, Liam Fitzgerald. So I'll confirm those scores at some stage. I'm sure that'll happen shortly. We've got our gurus working feverishly and trying to get the information through as best we possibly can. It's all about information sharing, and this information sharing is Echunga. Innerwood centre half forward, poor kick, and Giorgio comes out and takes the mark. And it doesn't have to kick the ball all that far. It's all the cars there, and getting there early, getting their spot. That's what country football's all about. Back towards the centre wing position. Scrambles and pushes, running through and looking for the hand pass on. Bampton was running through. That's number 33 out there. That's Bampton. Kicking towards centre half forward. Coming in and running under the ball was Aidan Riley. Couldn't take the grab. Kick back towards the half back line and rolls over the line for a throw in. Free kick, umpire said. Last touch was there, and so the short pass in towards half forward from Carter, rolls over the ball, rolls over the boundary line, and there'll be a throw in. 4-4-28 to 1 straight 6. That's what I think the score is. If there's a confirmation that comes in my direction, I certainly will let you know. And pass is not going to go anywhere because the strength of that tackle from Jacob Collins was good. And there'll be a throw in. Riley rushes in too. They're thrown in the air. Out of the pack. Kicked quickly by Bampton. Back towards the centre wing position. Play on's the call because there's a shot at goal and it's through. Excuse me. Break out of the pack if you don't mind. And the kick was accurate. And it's gone through number 29. That's Lockie Ellsworth. Good work, Lockie. Got clear and was able to skid the ball through. And that's a goal to Lobethal now, who are 5-4-34. Echunga 1 straight 6. That in itself is one sort of a goal. Just what you need. Start the second term. And the second term now, I'm getting to stop the stoppage. Haven't gone too long. Out of the middle, Lobethal playing well in the early stages of this game. And back to go to attack again. Hand pass goes close to the boundary line. Rushing back there is Skinner, who can't grab it. Kick is short of distance, but accuracy there. And it'll be the Demons who'll take the kick, but kick poorly. Disappointment there. Ball in control, and they looked as if they could bring the ball forward. Not to be. Running back and looking for the free kick is alright. He's going to wait for it though, and his teammate will kick long. In towards the half forward line. It's kick at the moment. Kick the kick, Demons. Who can take a grab? Over the back. Who's quick enough? Demons, quick, right? Can you grab it? You can. Can you keep on running? You can. Can you get caught? You can. That was Jacob Davies. He was lucky. Hand pass goes on. He's on his feet again. Well done, Jacob. Kicks long in towards centre half forward. Clears the back of the pack. Can the Demons be there? No, they can't. Good work, alright. Alright's kick is handy towards the half back line. And when I say handy, I'm not giving him enough credit. That was a very strong mark indeed. 34 taking the grab. And he'll go backwards and then I think be treated by a trainer because he copped the whack then. Ball goes back towards centre half back. And the Lobethal players doing well. But the ball is going to go straight back in towards where they will look for a mark. That's the player who just got whacked earlier on, number 53, getting to his feet. And there'll be, fair distance from goal. Let's have a look. It's like going through the Morphettville racecourse or the races at Hawkesbury where you can't find the orchard back. Well, 53's got it. Number 53. That's all I can tell you. He's a fair distance out, but importantly, I don't think so. I don't think so. He starts in. He's still starting in. Drop punt kick on its way. Not bad. Number 53. A goal. Demons get there first for the second quarter. That was a decent sort of a hoof. And the kick was strong and bold and more importantly accurate. So they're 2 straight 12. And Lobethal, let's have a look at Lobethal. They are 4-4-28. So, although Lockie kicked a goal earlier on, so it's 5-4-34. As I said, during the halftime break, I'll just wrap to make sure I had all those scores right. Because we don't want you, the punter, to be kept in the dark. Boundary throw, throw in at the start. Now, umpire says no chance to get rid of it. It's like a wing tackle, the old chicken wing tackle there. That'll be tossed in the air. 5 minutes gone in this term. On the bounce down. Good tackle there by Jake Dominish from Lobethal. Let's have a look. Short pass on. Over the back. Riley will run hard. Riley will still run hard. Short pass is on. And the kick is good. 18. That's Cooper Skinner. Kicks the goal. He was very, very quick. And Skinner, with an exchange of handballs, was able to get the ball forward and put it through for a goal. So, handy goals. 5-4 makes it 6-4-42, 2 straight 12. 6 minutes gone in this second term, and that was neatly done. Lobethal Tigers. getting themselves into a position now where they've created a bit of, a bit of space. And they're trying to create it a bit more. They can't get it out of the middle this time. The umpire gets in the way. And stuff going forward is the call. Short pass is where I am here, so there's a man standing there in Jake Diminish. It's kicked past him, in towards the forward pocket, bounces towards the boundary. Still in play, Diminish taking the ground. Umpire said in the back, did he? Oh. Jake Diminish. Dom's the call, because Dom is good. That's be something on television about that all the time. That was an ad. Says Dom is good. Come on, Jake, move it on. Kick touched off the boot and punched back over the boundary line for a throw-in. These two sides working hard to try and create something early in the rounds of matches to be played throughout this season. Towards the half forward. Hand pass is going to be by way of the Demons. Kick smothered back towards centre wing. Well picked up by the Demons. Back towards centre wing, and the mark now is taken by Matt Wright. Matt Wright runs in. He's kicked that a fair way. In towards the centre half forward position. Punched out of the pack. Kicked deep in towards forward pocket, and it will bounce towards the boundary line. Still in play. Still in play. And neatly done in defence there by Ellsworthy. Ellsworthy there to the man with the little bicycle helmet on that he got clobbered before Bantam, but he was alright. Kicking towards centre half forward. No one can take the ball. 55 is the call. 55 is Jack Stafford. Let's kick smothered. Back it goes. Hand pass on. Who's going to gather it? In defence here it's Collins. Collins runs very quickly. Hand pass all right. Is he going to run back for a return? Not. Kicking towards centre half forward. Good play there by the Demons in defence. They'll get a hand pass. Lake does well. Lake's kick, unfortunately, all right. All right's kick. All right's kick in the middle of two players. All right's kick travelled a fair distance. And the mouse guard's been removed. But that was a very strong mark indeed to be taken by Mitch Carter. So Carter's kicked another goal. And well, I suppose the kick was wrong and the mark was equally as powerful, and he pops it through for a goal. So an easy result by the side that is starting to create a bit of mayhem there. The Tigers getting a goal, and with the score now at the 5-minute mark of this second quarter, they are on the move. That is for sure. Let's see if they can create something out of the middle again. Out of the middle. Kicked off the ground in towards the half forward line. Does the running. Does the running. Umpire says my ball. Now it's Demons. Kick from half back. In towards half forward. No one can take it. That's the call. Oh, crutch! My Scott her from here. And getting to his feet and taking the free kick there will be Alex Giorgio. A little whack, but he's alright, thank goodness. Kicks the ball a long way. Now there is a free kick off the ball, and the Demons get it. Demons get it at half back. Attempting to try and recreate something. They've only kicked the 2 goals. And I'm trying to work out just how many goals the Tigers have got. And I'll have that worked out for you by half time, I can guarantee that. Kick to half forward. No one can gather. Not quite. Kick back towards half back, and it just seems as if the Demons are playing with structure. There's Bampton across the ground. Flicks the ball forward and kept on running. Good play. Kick towards the half-forward line. Did the falling over. Is he going to get the free kick? Is he going to get the ball? He's not. His teammate is. Kick as long as it was full forward and off for a behind only. Just the one behind now on the 8-minute mark of this second term. And it's the Tigers doing all that's necessary. Ball back at centre wing. This time it's with Echunga. It's taken by Van Zeta. In towards the half-forward line. Short pass is not going to be alright. Marked there by Braidwood. Braidwood. Across the ground. Takes his time. Kick back to the centre of the ground. They've just got numbers. They've got numbers and they're moving down. They're swarming down the ground. As we speak, there might be, I was going to say, a possible free kick down there. Not to be. Dominic gets to his feet and it'll be a toss in the air. Up we go. Centre half forward. Echunga getting a couple of goals, but not close enough at the moment to really fight back and get close to what is going on. Almost a mark taken back there by Giorgio. Not quite. Back towards the half forward line. There's the ball. Is anybody there? It rolled about all over the place. Giorgio kept on running. He did well. And now the ball has paddled away towards the boundary line. Didn't go over. Kick taken towards the boundary line. And now it does. And there's a free kick. So Riley getting a couple of goals early. Carter getting a few goals. Lockie Ellsworth and Cooper Skinner getting involved. And all of those players for Blackwood looking good, and they'll look good in a moment too because they'll have control of the ball. Not quite. It's bounced over the boundary line and there's a throw in. Throw in. Saying throw in. No free kick. Free kick, so short pass. Davies, long kick towards full forward. Now there's a decent sort of a grab there taken. A leap from behind by down there. That's James Braidwood. That is a very, very good mark. Short pass. No hurry. Short pass back towards the centre wing. And it's all Tigers who have possession. Back at centre wing. Marked there by Banton. If you're out on the bike, there's your man. Put your helmet on, look after yourself. He did well. The ball kicked across towards the centre of the ground. Riley's kick touched off the boot, or was it? The kick in towards centre half forward. And the mark back down there is taken by Gerke for the Demons. Back towards the centre of the ground. Number 8 back there takes the mark and goes the short pass. And it's marked by Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald in towards half forward. Neatly done, Elliott, who was able to get away with too much ease. Giorgio towards the half forward line. There's Skinner. Kick long in towards full forward. No one can take it. Umpire watching. And there will be a bounce. Midway through this second quarter, earlier the reserves, we saw a win 39 points by way of Echunga. And we're going to see, you would expect the way things are progressing here, that the Tigers are getting themselves settled for what might be their first win of the season. We're going to wait now for the boundary throw in. Gathering, milling around. Good strong and bold throw for the boundary umpire. With the clearance down, but there's no possibility of a kick. And we're going to see the ball tossed in the air again. It's Wilden who climbed high. Got rid of it neatly. Riley's kick is offline. And it's through for a behind. So the disease of inaccuracy continuing on. And the performance by the side that will go in with some fairly significant credits the way they've picked up different players. Maybe looking for a finishing off in the second half of this match. As we see, Tansel kicks back towards the centre of the ground for the Demons. Hand pass was all right. Okay, who's going to get over there? That's Crombie. Lost control of the ball. Kicked in towards full forward. Crombie missed it, and he's rewarded by nothing. The ball taken off him, and a thumping kick down the ground, and it's gone through for a goal. That was a decent sort of a kick. Another hoof and a half too. I'm reckoning that Skinner again. A big kick and another goal. And this has been a quarter of substance. There's no doubt about it. We'll get that halftime score and we can tell you exactly what's been going on. When during the halftime break we'll give you some more sponsors plugs and tell you what's happening. But we're at least halfway through this superb day here. A few fluffy clouds around, but nothing with any substance. We're all out of the pack. Who can win it? We'll definitely go anywhere. Clearance comes now from the Demons in towards the half forward line. And there's no one there to take the ball. So the short pass was on number 77 to deliver the ball towards centre wing. Kick wide towards the true centre wing position and take it over for a throw in. Plenty of football following us, and you can follow us too. It's a massive coverage of football right throughout this season, and we can see that it's going to be difficult to who's going to do what, who's going to create something, who's going to be a team. Can it be another handoff, or can it be another handoff playing a Lobethal in the final? What can happen? 10-team competition. And lots of new players that we'll be introducing to you during this competition. The yelling going on from down below. That's where the Tigers camp is. And the kick will land towards centre wing. They're calling out, is it a mark? The umpire saying no, and he runs across and nothing will happen. There it goes. Ball tossed in the air, fast, very quick kick by the Tigers towards half forward. The hand pass was good, went to Maxwell. Maxwell had it, laid the tackle, not quite. Went back in, not quite. That was good work there in defence by the Demons. In towards half forward, clears the pack, keep on running, number 18. The kick is offline and through for a behind. That was Matt Raitt, who just couldn't quite find the range, and so it is a behind. So we're looking now at something like 15 minutes into this second quarter, and we're looking to a fairly substantial lead. The Tigers in control and enjoying the spoils. Taken at half back there by Bowell. Bowell for the Tigers, in towards the centre of the ground. Couldn't take it. 2 plays 1. Good tackle. Umpire says my ball. Brampton got across. Here's our number 32 getting the ball. The ball will be tossed in the air. So that's a very neat tap indeed there by Braidwood. And the umpire is saying now there might have been an infringement. Now what's happening? He's going to give the free kick to Collins. Collins goes the short pass. Collins is, the kick smothered off the boot then. It was going to be kicked forward by Bantam, not to be. Kicked in towards the half forward line. And there will be a mark and some meterage. No, mark taken there by Felke. Felke towards half forward. Almost stand on your head if you don't mind out there. No damage done, fortunately, because there are 2 of them out there having a bit of a laugh. I wouldn't be laughing because Matt Raitt, getting in hard for the ball, left high and then landed heavily. So he'll take the kick at the 18-minute mark of the second quarter. And we'll confirm these scores for you at the half-time break. Big lead enjoyed by the Jack Osborne parade. Right, it's going to kick from 55, but you would think it would be too long. You'll wait. Runs in. Oh, he's given it a good kick. Just touched off the boot. Through from the boot of Ray. A good kick too, but just the one. So let's see what we can do now with the kick to be taken in defence. Demons and Tigers. How many sides do you know that play in football leagues around Australia that are called the Demons or that are called the Tigers? They've got some incredibly boisterous and strong and bold theme songs. Doesn't matter where you play, if you can hear that noise, you're a chance. And we've got now Nathan Ellis, who's just flicking the grass and seeing whether or not he is close enough. Ellis from about 45. Oh no, not 45, closer than that. He's kicked a goal. Good on you, Nathan. Nathan's kicked a goal. And people will be happy about that because there hadn't been too much on the scoreboard for a while. And I'll tell you, Echunga Solar Wholesalers, a South Australian company based in Mount Barker in the Adelaide Hills, a retailer and installer of the solar power systems in South Australia. And for the Lobethal Football Club, Woodside Irrigation, a part of Australia's leading network in pump irrigation, water and fluid management. They stock a huge range of irrigation and rural equipment in one convenient location, providing quality irrigation related equipment to the Adelaide Hills and to southern Barossa Valley domestic, urban, rural and commercial markets. So if you can, get along to those people and say, guess what, we heard about you during the coverage of the football and that's what we need to do. We need to be able to encourage so that the sponsors are going to be well catered for this game. Heading towards half time, we'll take a break at half time and then just rejig those scores because we're just trying to work out a few things with the scores and we'll get to them as soon as we can. And the chance now for the Demons. They kicked the last goal. Can they kick another one? Here towards full forward. Almost a grab there. Coming out and attempting it was Crombie, not quite. Ball bounces loose. Demons back in with their red and blue. In towards full forward. Clears the pack. Punch towards the boundary line. Oh, is there a push in the back? Not quite. Giorgio wants a free kick. Umpire's not going to give him the free kick, he's giving it to Cooper Skinner. Skinner takes his time, no hurry, goes to short pass. Alex Giorgio, his short pass finds James Elliott in defence. Jimmy, Elliott's kick. Round towards half back. Ready for a goal from the Demons just before half time now. Can they get one? In towards full forward. Umpire watches. And there's not to be a free kick or thereabouts. A few of the players down there having a chat with the umpire, which is a good thing. Mel Watson, Leon Doling, Bruce Marston and Greg Edmonds. All in the air. No one can take it. Let's start again. Now what's going on? He's got a kick. He's got a free kick, number 25. Nathan Ellis, who we had a shot at goal earlier on and kicked a goal. Well, he's a lot closer. And Nathan Ellis standing and ready to run in. Running back into the square to protect is Michael Wilden. Half time. Kick after the siren. There's a goal. Nathan, new star. He kicks a goal. and he gets surrounded by demons. And should he would, that's a big performance. A goal is necessary, and that wraps up what we can say is a reasonable half, but the good solid finish by the Demons gives them perhaps a reason to be a little bit more enthused about what might happen in the second half. It's second half of action coming up shortly. The game this afternoon. Hope you're enjoying the coverage. Echunga, and they are having a lot of fun with the Tigers, and we'll be back very shortly to continue on with our second half, but also to be able to confirm what those quarter time and half time scores were, and that will be very shortly in the Hills Football.
You get in the quarter now, I reckon. So I've stopped recording, but I've just left it on the middle. Alright, I'll leave you with it. How much? You got your battery on yellow, haven't you?
Yeah.
So it doesn't use a heap?
Yeah.
Good on you. It'll last. What are you on? About 40%?
Yeah. I've got a charger in my car.
You know how what do you want to do is film the theme song after the game? You're not going to get in there in time. So I'll speak to the president because I'll leave a beanie here. There's a beanie and a bag of Archies. You know the Archies? So they can choose what size they want, but I'll get them to tell you who the best player is and just stand there with him and give him the Archies and get the president to send it through. So again, Archies and a beanie. I'll get him to choose it because even you and me watching the game, it's hard to tell who's best. Is that mine?
That's yours.
And then just take the Archie with you.
Yeah.
Because you're probably during the year when we've got commentators here anyway, because we're commentating every year. So I'll leave the beanie there and the Archie. I'll just leave on the tank stand. I'll put it close to the don't be careful getting down. Right? I'll get him to help you. Should be good. Good to see you. I'll see you in the 3 weeks.
Yes, sounds good.
You're all good?
Yeah, should be.
So when they run back on the ground, I'll probably do players in.
So I go down there and do like a little, take a photo with the beanie.
But you won't be able to get them to see the face, so you won't have time.
Yeah.
Can we leave that?
I probably won't need it. We'll good, thanks though. Thank you.
Thank you.
The outside is. What's the score?
It is 26 to 53. Yeah. Yeah.
We go play pop.
Yeah.
Funny nigger.
Hawthorn's up by 18 now. 3 minutes left. Who would have thought? Hawthorn's up by 18. 3 minutes left. Who would have thought? Is it? Yeah. Easy. Thank you. Thank you.
Leslie? Oh, sorry, love. No, what happened was it just went all blank, but it's back.
Yeah. Really good. Easy, thank you. Yeah. Thank you.
He'll grab the bike, just tell him
That's good.
The Twin Towers. Michael Carroll did get home today.
Both teams about to charge back on to terra firma to start the second half of this match. The start of the season, always tough to work out just who do you think your tips will be. Will the tips finish up in the rubbish bin? Will you actually think about it and then, yep, change your mind half a dozen times? The good thing about this competition, 10-team competition, no guarantees. No guarantees of any wins per week. This one looks to be the way of the Tigers, 8-5-53 to Echunga, 4-2-26. They're the Demons who are lying on the ground doing their stretching exercises, thinking about the next visit they have to gym to get themselves organised. The umpire's doing a fine job, and also beside that was yellow and black, who we're from Tigerland. 8-5-53, Echunga 4-2-26. Won't certainly be missing out, as will our broadcasters throughout the Hills matches, and that is the sponsors. The matchday club sponsors for today's game: Echunga Solar Wholesalers, a South Australian owned company based in Mount Barker in the Adelaide Hills. They are a retailer and installer of solar powered systems in South Australia. What about Lobethal, a footy club? Woodside Irrigation. Woodside Irrigation are part of Australia's leading network in pump irrigation, water and fluid management. They stock a huge range of irrigation and rural equipment in one convenient location, providing quality irrigation related equipment to the Adelaide Hills and the southern Barossa Valley domestic, urban, rural and commercial market. We will not miss on giving you the plugs that you need to get right throughout our season. Now this is incestuous and I have to apologise in advance, but I might not be able to say this very often during our coverage. So what the heck? Hawthorn had a win. Hawthorn have beaten a side so far in the competition. They have beaten the Kangaroos by 20 points to score their first victory, and the battle of Alistair Clarkson and the man that he was up against, Sam Mitchell, can be put to rest. Hawthorn a victory, and of course last night we had a bit of muscle. The Magpies, they eventually got across the line. The kicking was appalling, but they defeated the Tigers. Lots to get through, and we will guarantee we have all of the scores from all of our matches right throughout this afternoon. We had a game last night. Now if I could find that game, the score from last night, that would be best determined as a miracle. But I think there's a chance that I will find it. Oh, you're a little guilty! The Bulldogs 10-11-71, Mount Barker 6-4-40. That was a game that was played last night, and we've got, of course, games that are being played right throughout the year, and I hope you're going to stay with us. We're about to start this quarter. We haven't found out all the information that we have been looking for, but it's the Tigers 8-5-53 to the Demons, who kicked a few late goals. Nathan Ellis kicked 3. Good on you, Nathan. Echunga 4-2-26, and we are away. So get yourselves organised. You're sitting on the lounge. Get a rug out. Get yourself organised, or your dressing gown, because it's a bit fresh, but still it's okay. It's footy weather. And there's an over-the-shoulder call. Umpire saying, yeah, that's all right. There'll be a free kick to go to Charlie Bowell. No, it's not. Opposite. Kick touched off the boot. Bowell takes it now. It's not a mark. Dragged to the ground. Umpire's looking, and now he's going to say, muddle. Ball tossed in the air. Kobe Van Zetta. We mentioned Kobe too when we were going through our bits and pieces beforehand, and I'd like to be able to mention as much as I can, because he spent 2022 as a spectator with his youngest son Kobe. That's Simon Quinn, and he's of course the grandson of Bob Quinn. So football generations all over the place. All close towards the boundary line. Scrambling at the moment. No one can get access to it. It's a dirty ball. Who's going to fill it? An umpire says throw! And he's saying to the player. And the umpire said, it's a throw, and the player said, you can't be serious. Well, he was. He won't change the whistle or the decision. And so we're going to see now, with there might have been a bit of chin wagging. We're going to see now the chance for the Demons to swing into attack. They do in towards half forward. Umpire watches, and there's no free kick. Good work down there by Jake Diminish. So the ball tossed in the air. The umpires wearing their very colourful hats, which is good. Now there's just nothing happening there. No, just a bit of pushing. 8-5-53, 4-2-26. Ball in the air. No one gathers. I told you Jason Holder was involved earlier on as a jockey. There's a few out there that are jumping around. Early days, a few injuries that we don't want. Yeah, good work there. Nice knock away by Jacob Davies, but he can't get the clearance. And the umpire calls for it, and we'll take it again. That's umpire out there. Mel Watson. Good on you, Mel. Clearance back towards centre wing. And the big call is kick it long if you can get it. Well, you can get it. Kicking towards half forward. Off the hands of the pack. Davies couldn't quite grab it. He does well. He's like a ferret. Dived in after the ball. Trapped it. Dragged it back in. But the umpire said, no. Let's just give it to me. Gee, God, here might make it a bit interesting now. Just starting to find it. Let's round the shoulder. Free kick. Free kick. This is a big chance. Big chance now for the D's. Demons to take the shot at goal. Kobe Van Zetta. Coach is Darren Van Zetta. His son. Son of. Test him, I think. 45 degree angle. Go Kobe. Gives it plenty. Oh, touched on the line. Touched on the line. We haven't got any cameras to check that out. That was close. 4-3-27 to 8-5-53. That's close. That's what we want. And now let's see if we get to the opposite end of the Demons. Starting to find some form. Back towards the centre of the ground. There's Kobe, Special K. In towards half forward. The ball hangs in the air. Mark taken there by Cooper Skinner. Skinning man from the Tigers. Early days in this third quarter. Now he's going to go backwards. Okay, that's alright. Now he's going to get the ball delivered back to him. Now he kicks almost into the man running in towards him. It'll fly back towards the centre of the ground, off the hands of the pack. Michael Ward was there, number 35, no. And there will be a bounce. So we're giving our best player to somebody, obviously, at the end of the game. I've got to pick it. Good grief. How do we work that one out? Let's just see. Kick to half forward. Should you grab it back? No. Chasing back hard there is Elliott. They're all calling to the umpire to give a free kick and he won't, and there'll be a bounce. Getting up and running into his spot there. You see Jack Stafford down there, ball in the air. 30 metres away from the goal that has been tackled by the Tigers, and there's a hole in the man call. Disappointment for Diminish. Kick back to centre wing. Good grab there taken. That's Nathan Ellis. He's sparked up. Good kick. Ellis's kick to the centre of the ground. Goes Zach King. Zach King tries to paddle it forward. 4 Tigers and 2 Demons. Over the shoulder, surely. No. So to be everywhere there, the Demons. The guy gets to his feet. Well, he does, and so too to the players. Big leap there. That's a good leap too. I like the way Ellis is playing. Demons a goal away from being right back in this game. The score is 4-3-27 to 8-5-53. But they are nuisance value at the moment as the ball is belted away as it heads towards goals and through for a behind. 8-6-54. The Tigers, the Demons, 4-3-27. I won't mention the Hawthorn score anymore except once more, but they have had a win, and that is pretty happy. Greg North Melbourne by 20 points. The ball is at centre wing and it'll be bounced. Massive AFL competition. Collingwood with an injury last night. The Saints celebrating their 150th celebration. There's lots of football, and so much football here in the Hills. The Hills are alive, all right, everywhere. Free kick. Isn't he doing well in this term? That's Jake. Again, it is. That's Zanzetta. Here towards the half forward line. Good kick. Should have been marked down there, not by Tansel. Tansel's kick is all right. Free kick, no mark. Mark paid. Mark paid. Now this is a definite shot. Zach King. What do you reckon, Zach? Zach's having a look. He's on the hand pass. Zach. Oh, he went the hand pass. His teammate got pinned. His teammate got sat on his backside, and he'll hurt. He'll hurt. There was just that slide of the ball heading. It didn't work the way he would have wanted. And so now, a chance for a return match there from Mitch Carter, who had the ball, lost it, couldn't get rid of it again. And there will be a bounce. Now, can we have a look and see? I'll tell you what, Jamie's doing a wonderful job out there on the camera. Just that flick forward, but unfortunately it didn't result in the player running past. Now there's the bounce. No one can gather. Echunga 4-3-27. The Tigers 8-6-54. Bounce down. Hand pass is good and even better. Hand pass went towards where Felke been passed. Back towards half forward. Oh, crunch, that hurt. That hurt big time. Elliott takes it in defence. Does well. Kicks it back towards centre wing. Then in towards the half forward line. Now the umpire's going to do what? Well, there's a mark taken. And he said, no, he didn't take the mark. So I'll tell you what. Not happy Vegemite. Mitch Carter, very, very disappointed. And now there'll be a free kick downfield, and it will go to, guess who? Echunga. Now this free kick is to Matt Raitt. Score at the moment, only 2 behinds kicked in this third quarter. Echunga 4-3-27. Blackwood 8-6-54. Raitt, oh no. You can say things like I don't rate him, but I won't say that because he's 50 metres out. He's putting the ball on the ground and he's getting ready. Come on, Raitt, make this an even game. Not much noise. Raitt, moving pictures all over his arms. Kicks long! Oh, Lobethal, you star! He has drilled that one. He has never looked like missing. If you don't mind, Matt Raitt, take a bow. Echunga with that goal of 5-3-33. The Tigers are 8-6-54. That lead starts now to get a little closer as we see coming onto the ground. Number 39 for Echunga. And the reason why I hesitated was he's not in the program. So we'll get there. Let's start from the middle. Free kick. It goes to Jackie Bampton. Go Jack's the call. Bampton. And they're steady are the Tigers. He's kicked towards the half forward line. Belted out of an angry pack. No one gathers. It's going to be picked up and kicked by a left boot in towards the forward pocket. High left there from Skinner. Couldn't take the ball. Short pass in towards full forward. Is just offline. And it's through for a behind. 8-7-55 to 5-3-33. And we've gone about 12 minutes of this third quarter. 12 minutes of the third quarter. And you'd still reckon there's a few scripts that need to be written. And see where Toby Van Zetta waits for the ball to be brought back in. What's going on? Not sure. The ball's there at full back. Not sure what the story is. There's players that are running around and now they've all made a decision to move on, which is a handy decision to make. Now, I haven't got a clue what's going on. The ball's just been put down in the goal square. And the player who put the ball down had just gone and picked it up again. So I'm not sure why the game has been held up. There are some that are confused. Now there's a trainer that's come out and he's having a chat out there to Michael Ward. Now Michael is with the Echunga team. Now it's back to the fullback and he's just leaning on the goalpost. So if you'd like to know what's going on, don't ring me. I've got no idea. I'll tell you the score. Tigers are 8-7-55. Echunga 5-3-33. Looks like there's movement. No, wait a minute. The ball's been put on the ground again. So the ball is there, and the player who was to take the ball and kick it back into play has just run down the ground towards the centre. Now, everybody stopped. Everybody stopped. Well, the ball hasn't been lost. This is not a golf game. The ball hasn't been lost. Now, we're getting a player from the Tigers who's coming off the ground, and I've got no idea what he's done. Peter Bampton's there ready to go on. Now both sides have developed their huddles. This is quite strange. Matter of fact, it's more than quite strange. Whilst it's happening, I should do my due diligence and to give you a quick burst of what's happening with Echunga, Solar, Wholesalers, a South Australian owned company based in Mount Barker in the Adelaide Hills, knock on their door and say, guess what? We listened to the footy, we heard that you got plenty of plugs, we like your style, let me sit down, have a cup of coffee and do the business. Woodside Irrigation, part of Australia's leading network in pump irrigation, water and fluid management. They stock a huge range of irrigation and rural equipment in one convenient location. Same deal. The Lobethal Football Club, Woodside Irrigation, they need you to know that they have heard the plug, and that's what it's all about. We want to help you, we want to help your business. That's what our goal is. Our goal at the minute is, what's going on out there? We've got no idea. Now there's somebody else at fullback who wasn't there before. He's got the ball and he's going to, what? He's going to play on now. This is bizarre. The umpire said you can't play on. And he said, oh, but I want to. He said, you can't play on. He said, well, hang on a minute, it's April Fool's Day. Is this an April Fool's joke? It can't be. Number 57, Riley Crombie. Now Riley is standing there and he's put his hand up to his ear as if to say, what's going on? What's the story? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Go Crombie. Come on Abercrombie. Do something. Now the umpires run down the ground. It's one of the central umpires. Good grief. The lights are on here, are they? No, not quite. This is amazing. It's amazing because number 32's gone down the ground. He's one of the best players on the ground, but we don't know who he is because he hasn't got his name written down. So what's happening? We can't make anything up because it's all happening in front of us. Jamie, you're doing a brilliant job, my friend. I have no idea what's going on. Absolutely no idea. The game has stopped. Now what's happened here? There's movement. One of the umpires has moved 3 inches. No, he's gone more. He's walked across there. He's got to pick the ball up. No, he's not. He's going to walk past the ball. I have no idea. Now hang on. There's a player running down the ground now from Echunga, David Liston. Now, he's running down to where the ball is. But I don't know why he has to run down because the ball's been there for the last 15 bloody minutes. Okay, let's get serious. It's Easter next weekend. Get the kids and chocolates, get them all organised, and look forward to a really good day. We're going to have a kick. He's played on. He's played on. He's kicked the ball wide towards the centre wing position. When there is a stoppage, which there will be now, I'll only say this once more. Absolutely no idea what happened then. But we'll find out. Absolutely no idea at all what had happened as there's another scrimmage and there'll be a bounce. All I know is don't get any parking fines if you're up at this magnificent venue because you've been there for a long time and nothing's happened. Ball's at centre wing. Score is 5-3-33 at Echunga and Blackwood are 8-7-55. And there's a good mark too. This bloke's done well. He's taken some good grabs. That's Maslin. Goes the short pass. Oh yeah, he overcooked it. Overcooked it. Getting across and not being able to take the mark. Number 53 was in there, but he couldn't take control of the ball, and the short pass goes from Riley back towards the centre of the ground. Disappointment. There's a chance for a run and a bounce and a shot at goal from 30. And a mark is taken. Mark is taken. Go you demons is the call. The kick will be taken by number 53 for the Demons. And you're not going to ask me who he is because I don't know. 53. That's not how old he is. That's the number on the back. Demons to be back in town. To be back, to be ready. 53. Can you do it? Can you do it? He can. The horns are going. Echunga get their 2 goals so far in this quarter, and Blackwood have only kicked 2 behinds. Echunga 6-3-39. The Tigers 8-7-55. What did we see out there in the last 15 minutes, folks? What did we see? That was like something on a Netflix movie that had about 12 episodes, and there was never an ending. Anyway, there's an ending now. They've kicked their last 2, and they're back in this game. Number 32, who remains anonymous, kicks towards the half-forward line. He's a Tigers player. He kicked well, and I reckon that's Riley. It is too. Aidan Riley goes the short pass. No, that wasn't going to happen. Not back towards where Bampton couldn't take it. There was a push and a shove. I don't know. I don't know. There'll be a chat. It was over the shoulder, maybe a free kick. Oh, it could be meter ridge. Player just getting over excited, and it's all been sorted. Thank you to all of our people too who are keeping in contact with us via social media, sending through photographs, etc., etc. And I'll give a special cheerio to one of my best mates in a moment. Now the ball goes to Bampton, who got rid of it quickly. Hand passes on. Well done. Van Zetta towards the centre wing. It bounces, and it's over. One of my very good friends who turns the big 7-0 shortly, Floater was his nickname, and he was with me at school, and we went through school and both failed miserably, but he turned 70. He sent a photo of what's been happening here, so it's good that people do that. Nothing untoward has happened. It's just been puzzling. Now the umpire's having a chat, and he's saying you've got to throw the ball in. So that happens. Throw in. Who's going to grab hold of it? Nicely picked up. That's Bell. Towards half forward. Couldn't take the mark. Another scrap ball over the shoulder. No. Hand pass. Good work. That's Van Zetta. Van Zetta did nicely. Maslin to half forward. Good kick. The kick was all right. The mark was even better. Marked by number 53. Another nameless wanderer, perambulating around this football ground in the hills. A number on his back. The big question is, who is he? If he's found later on tonight and they say, who are you? He'll be able to say, I'm number 53 for Echunga. And they'd be able to say, but we haven't got a number 53. He comes in. That's 50. He gets close. He gets very close. It curves back. Not enough. Through for a behind. Behind only, but Echunga in this quarter. They've kicked 2 goals too. And Blackwood have kicked 2 behinds. The quarter's gone 3 hours, 12 minutes and 9 seconds. Hasn't gone that far, but it's gone a long way. Kick into play. Settler needed. Blackwood need the settler to half back. No one can grab. Here we go. Here's the run. In towards half forward. We're going to have 2 players back in defence. Nash's one. Goes the short pass. Kicks across the ground towards centre wing. No one can take the grab. Push and a shove from all and sundry. Hand pass was okay. Looking to see if someone can pick it up. Getting a bit gloomy now. Still, the fight is on. The battle is on. The war has not been won. 2 goals to zip in this term. Now Echunga finding some form. And finding the footy now. The switch is called. I can hear that. It's going to be alright though. The knock across goes towards, let's see, that was James Elliott. His kick was poor. Short pass, oh good grab. Marked by Riley. Riley decides to play on. Well, what did he do then? He's kicked the ball, and I'm being too critical. He kicked the ball across the face of the goal front, and to take the mark over there, Here's my man, Mitch Carter. Mitch, a wisp of a moustache, I think, from here. A very solid customer. And this is a much-needed goal from you, Mitch. If you want to know how much time there is left in the quarter, I have no idea. Go, Mitch. Crosses 50, breaks into a gallop. Mitch kicks. No, it's through for a behind only. So the Tigers 8-8-56. Echunga 6-4-40. What a stirring game this is. And it's all come about because no one kicked the ball back into play and no one knows why. But we'll know. We'll find out. Don't you worry about that. Ball in the air. No one can take it. It's a good tackle there. Good work in there by Echunga's number 17. Who should also remain nameless. Back to centre wing, punched over the boundary line. Good work there, Nathan Ellis. Didn't get the free kick, but did some strong work. And this one in. Young one bringing the ball back in about 15 to 20 metres and then giving it a heave and a half, and it's really good to see that. Doing a mighty job. Kick there from Hampton into what's in a half. Oh, good mark! Good mark is taken there by Charlie Bell. Charlie goes the short pass, and that's a good kick, Charlie. Charlie's kick marked there by Cooper Skinner. Well, Cooper is keen. He might have been tasting one of those products as his short pass was handy. And the mark is taken by number 32, who has played very well. He may win the shoes or the thongs. He comes in. Drop punt kick. On its way, curving across the goal face. Still a hot ball. Punched away, charging back there. It will go close to the boundary line. Neatly picked up there by Bampton. That's Jack. Kicks it back into towards 40 metres from goal line. Riley gets through once, gets through twice, knocks the ball away. Ellsworth, excuse me! Ellsworth has pumped it through out of nothing and gets what is a really, really important goal, considering we're still on April Fool's Day and I've got no idea when the siren will sound to end the game because we're not three-quarter time yet. But it's the Tigers who are 9-8-62. Echunga 6-4-40 in a game where we've had some excitement and we've still got some excitement. Ball back in the centre. Punched out of the middle. Good tackle. Umpire's going to call for holding the ball, I think. Yeah. Yeah, a bit of grunting in these demons. They're hanging around. They're trying to go forward. They can't do so. Good work there by Jason Dicker. But he can't win the ball and get it away, so there'll be a toss in the air. Yeah, no one gathers. Let's remember this time last year, we had handoff 6-12-48 to Lobethal, 7-9-51. Lobethal won the flag by 3 points. That was some stirring stuff. Echunga finished 8th in the competition last year. There's a punch away towards half forward. Lobethal. Umpire's going to say he came in and he tackled the player front on, so there wouldn't be a free kick. Time in this third quarter continues to tick. There's nothing wrong with the batteries in my stopwatch, it's just that we will find out an explanation. It will be simple. It might be found out immediately, but we'll find out immediately. There's Riley in the middle. Can't do so, can't gather, and we'll have a free kick. chance of the push and the shove and to get things moving. Well, it's a bit on the weary side. The hamstring's a bit dicky. Calf strains, you don't want them early on. Go to the gym and get that sorted out. But early days. There's a good work there by Bampton, who kicked the ball but was dealt with after he got rid of it. So play on's the call now. Round towards the half-forward line. Chance now for the Demons to do what they can do. There's 3 Demons and 1 player from the Tigers. And guess what? Tigers got it. Over it went to Charlie Bell. Bell towards the half-forward line. And number 32 takes the mark again. Number 32. He's done well. He's been about the place. We've been busy. White boots. Phil Carman was at a function yesterday for prostate cancer. He talked about white boots. Good kick. That's handy. And whoever you are, my friend, you kick that with authority and dexterity and accuracy. 10-8, 68, the Tigers. The Demons, 6-4, 40. And we've gone a long, long way into the third quarter. A quarter where we had the Demons kick the first 2 goals, but then the Tigers have settled. And importantly, they've got themselves organised. Getting close to 3/4 time. I won't mention that anymore because you probably don't want to hear, but some cars are leaving, and I'm thinking that they're not leaving because of the light, but they might be leaving because I think the game is over. And what you need is a start by the Tigers, which sees you get access to a victory. Good on you, Jamie, for your work, and the T-Train doing a mighty job there, doing all the work to get our football to air. That is the plan of attack. Good work, T-Train. Scrambling, umpire says holding the ball. And we're going to get to Riley again. He's taken a few kicks. And most importantly, there's the siren. It's not over. It's only 3/4 time. Let's just see if Riley, the life of, can kick a goal. He's gone back a fair distance. Now he's on his way in. Hop, with a skip, with a kick, and out of bounds. Well, that was a big build-up for a very little result. So that is 3/4 time, and in this Hills football game, A Division, it is the Tigers who are 10-8, 68, and they lead the Demons from Echunga who are 6-4, 40. Players wander out now and have a listen to Darren Van Zetta from Echunga and Jack Osborne from the Tigers, and we'll be back to bounce the ball and get underway in that final quarter very shortly with the margin at 3/4 time, a margin enjoyed by the Tigers, 10-8, 68, the Demons, 6-4, 40. About to start the final quarter in this match this afternoon. Hope you're enjoying our coverage, enjoying it immensely. I am. I just love my football. I just should tell you I was born and bred in Ballarat and brought up on country football. And country football is what it's all about. And when you go through the sides that are in this competition, you have some absolute beauties. I'll give you the score at three-quarter time. It's the Tigers 10-8-68, leading Echunga 6-4-40. Now in this competition, Blackwood, coached by Kieran Spawn, the Echunga Demons, coached by Darren Van Zetta, the Hahndorf Magpies, coached by Matt Golding, the Ironbank Bridgewater Cherry Gardens, wrap your tongue around that one if you don't mind, the Ironbank Bridgewater Cherry Gardens. They are a side of substance coached by Joe Hargraves. The Lobethal Tigers, Jack Osborne. The Mount Lofty Mountain Devils, and they are being looked after by Michael Borden. Daniel Lackenby looks after the Mount Barker Barkaroos. The Nair Bremer team, the United Rams, coached by Dale Eckner. The Onkaparinga Valley Bulldogs. And let's have a look. I've got enough information on him. And the Birdwood Roosters, and they are number 11, the team in the competition, plus the Gumaraka Magpies, with Mark Weaver their coach. The Kangaroo coach is Sam Heaps. The Kersbrook coach is Lockie Peter, and Macclesfield is looked after by Toby Ferguson. And our plan, my friends, is to be able to talk to you about all of these teams and to get as much plug as we can with sponsorship right throughout this year. We're doing football, we love our football, and we're loving this. Now, the comedy festival's on somewhere in Australia, it always is, but I've got no idea who's provided the routine, but all I know is that number 26 out there, Liam Fitzgerald. Liam, you win a gong. That was outstanding. I didn't know what you said, but it was very funny. Right, we start the final quarter. Let's get serious now, because we may, in effect, see a close finish. I doubt it. It's a margin of 28 points. And we see jumping to his feet there, the free kick going to Lockie Ellsworthy. Lockie Ellsworthy, kick towards the half-forward line, bounces loose. Who can gather? Close forward to the boundary line. No one can gather. Chance now for the Tigers to bang the ball in towards half-forward. Didn't travel all that far. Now the hand pass comes out, and there'll be a left boot to ball towards half-forward. That's good. Very good indeed. Almost a pick up in the return there by Dicker. And it bounces over, and there will be a throw in. So a fresh afternoon. Get your woolly jumpers out and get your footy jumpers out. Put your pom-pom hats on. Just get yourself nice and warm. And then, of course, if you're at home, well, watch the footy. Watch the football. And if there's something that you'd like us to do better, well, give us a call. One thing now to come out of me today, enjoying this football very much, is how important it is for those football clubs to make sure that they let us know who these players are. That's an absolute must. I want to see who they are. I want to tell you who they are. I want to give you the dramas to how good they are. That's the plan, because at the end of the day, we will get some goodies passed on, compliments of the station that we're broadcasting that for. That's John Douglas and Dartfish, and we're doing it because we want to. That's it. Now there's a free kick, and the free kick will go to Jake Diminish, and he's got a 50-metre penalty, so Jake all of a sudden finds himself in half forward, and the kick is marked there by Collins, and there's another 50-metre penalty. Jason Dicker saying, what's going on here, mate? What's the story? Well, the story's simple. Jacob Collins. And the man's gone back about an extra 10 metres on the mark, so we've got to creep up. But the kick, there's a shot. It's pretty bad. As a matter of fact, it's worse than that. It's still through for a behind. Early days of this last quarter. The young fellow racing down there and getting hold of the ball. Good on you, young bloke. Got a duffel coat on. I'm not sure what the club colours are. I think there's a bit of tiger in it. I think so. And he's done a good job. Good on him. Riley's waiting for the ball to be kicked into play. Still waiting. Left boot to ball. Floats towards halfback. No one can grab the footy. And there will be a fresh start. So a special cheerio to all of those too who might be travelling away for Easter. Just take yourself very, very nice and tidy and very slowly, etc. People heading in different directions and enjoying the company of their relatives and friends and loved ones. Well, just look after yourself. Get back to centre rim. There's a head-high tackle, and one of the umpires has made the call. Now what he's done is he's talking to the Demons player and saying you hit him too high with that tackle. That's Harris. And so the kick now is taken in towards centre half forward. Off hands, hand pass was good. Kick was even better. Good, back towards the centre of the ground. What is the call? Hand pass towards number 1. That is James Elliott, who gets to his feet. And there'll be a throw in. 18 about to go back onto the ground. Curtis Skinner. He was about to go back onto the ground. Not sure what the story was there, but still. Ball in the air. Bounces and goes one way or the other. Pick up on the smother there, and the kick was an attempted kick forward, but unfortunately no good, and there'll be a fresh start. Umpire Mel Watson, ball in the air, doesn't go too far, and it'll be let's do it again. So that score 6-4-40 to 10-9-69. Reserves in this game, we had Echunga winning by 39 points. And check our website too, that's your best bet to get to the scores in the other games, because that's where you'll find them, and that's where you'll find Riley running down the ground to an unguarded goal that he blasts away and misses the lot. And the Plains have got a good website too, but they want you to jump on board and then away you go. That's what you need to do. Keep up to date with what's going on in the world of football. Also, geographically, you'll get just so much good stuff to be able to wander around in South Australia. There's a good bit of bursting forward by Alice. Alice kicks long towards full forward. All right, races back. Oh, he kept on going. He kept on going and misses. Deserved better. He's been a good player. What's he going to win the shoes or bug boots or find something? It's going to be tough. I don't know. I might ask the Echunga runner. He just walked past. And I think we might give it to someone from Tiger Country. Here's the mark that was taken, which was good. Kicking towards full forward. It was from Jackaway, not to be. Now the umpire is... he had a free kick, but now he's changed his mind. And the free kick has gone to Echunga. Number 53, another one of those who just creeps in behind a tree and says, I've got a number, here it is. 53, he's outside the boundary line, not anymore. Starts in, kicks long. That's not a bad kick. No, not quite. Not quite. 6:42, 10:09:69. 9 minutes gone in this final quarter. In a game where the lead hasn't changed. It's been all the way of the Tigers. And they will finish up. A pretty resounding win. No injuries, that's the main thing. Only the fact that the football got lost and everyone got lost, but then we'll find out about what happened, I'm sure we will. There's Riley who was caught. Now Riley's thrown to the ground, and Riley knows that it's okay. Kicking towards full forward from the free kick, bounces down. They hunt in packs. Quick kick out of the pack. Oh, lovely hand pass. That's as good as it gets there from Diminish. Diminish now from centre wing, goes towards half forward, good kick, marked there by Carter. Carter kicks across the bow of the umpire, back towards Diminish who kept on running. He's kicked down the ground and it's marked there by Jackie Bampton. Bampton, that's good. Next little kick to Mix Carter. Now Mix is too long out, I would think, but Mitch can give this a decent hoof. He's got the orange boots. He's got a short pass. Now the umpire said you can't do that. I'm not sure why. Now what's happening now? Well, he went the short pass. Now the umpire's run down the ground and has given leverage. No, I'm just confused here. He's gone back now, so he went the short pass. Now the situation is very simple, as I am. Mitch Carter starts his run up. Drop punt kick on its way. That's as good as it's been getting all day. Good on you, Mitch. Deserved that one. Mitch was, yep, all good. 11:09:75 to Echunga at 6:6:42. That was a pretty reasonable sort of a kick. Pretty reasonable. I should mention, if I can, I'll make mention of the sponsors once more if I can. I'm searching hard, never I'll find them. We're back at centre field, and we've gone 11 minutes in this final quarter. 11 minutes gone, 11:09:75 to 6:6:42. All to be thrown in the air. Thanks to James for all of his work in his camera positions, and thanks to the T-Train for driving us back on board to the different studios that we're working at. And we'll be travelling around and racking up frequent flyer miles right throughout because there's so much football to cover. It is absolutely incredible. Make yourself a lunch, get yourself some coffee and get yourself on the go. But then of course what you can do is find a nice little spot in the lounge room with a wood fire and watch the footy. You won't miss anything and you'll see some good football. Some very good football. Ball in the air. Umpire saying no with that ball tossed in the air. We're going to get a free kick to James Braidwood. James kicks towards centre half forward. Who can grab it? Anyone up there? It's a bit leg weary now, but there's still a few extra K's left in the tank. Umpire's watching and saying to Nathan Ellis, it's no free kick to you. He runs back into position, so does Alex Giorgio. All tapped away. Hand pass was good to Harris. Harris expected that it would come back in his direction, it didn't. And now there'll be a holding the ball call. Umpire holding the ball? No, he said didn't really give a chance. 15 gone, final quarter. Ball in the air. Who's going to get clearance this time? Benton's up there running for it quickly. Oh, it's not Benton. Guess who it is? Mitch Carter just missed it. Just missed it. A bit tired and a bit weary, but not quite able to poke it through for a goal. Still hear the calls from the coaching panel, yelling out, making noises, etc. Kick back to centre wing. Good kick and a good mark too. It's a good mark too from Liam Tansel. He's the one that's got a fair amount of ink on the legs. Tansel towards half forward. Nice knock from behind there by James Elliott for the Tigers. Back to centre wing. Tigers can come forward if they're quick enough, and they will be. Number 77 for the Tigers. Back in towards the centre of the ground. Mark taken there by, let's have a look. Just help me a little bit, my friend, and just turn around a fraction if you look. Bampton. In towards half forward. And another strong mark taken there by Mitch Carter. Mitch Carter. Good kick. Just took his time, just knew what he was doing. He's gone further down. Is he going to run down and try and take another mark? He's not. But I'll tell you who is. Jake Dominish. Jake Dominish taking the shot at goal. There's a water bottle being held by one of the attendants over there. There's the kick. Just away to the goal umpire's left, it's through from behind. So it's 11-11-77 to 6-6-42. The margin is a healthy one. And I should tell you that as soon as the game is finished, the announcement of the best player, on the ground, and there will be a presentation, and that will happen as soon as the game is finished. And we've gone 16 minutes of this final quarter, so we've probably got about another 10 minutes. And I can tell you, because I'm the one who gives the decision, how good's that? I can tell you that there will be, looks like a battle between Mitch Carter, number 11, who's kicked goals, and the other one is number 32. And the only reason I'm asking for 32 is we'll be able to find out what his name is. So they are the two that are vying for our presentations, which will be given out regularly. And there's a free kick downfield. You can't clobber someone after they've had a whack. And guess who's taken this? Mark Riley, who, the life of Riley, is starting to hurry home. He's got a few kicks in the last half, but I don't think that he's going to be involved in the battle for the gift. Riley. Aiden's kick. The umpire does a little bit of work but says it's a goal. So Aiden Riley kicks a goal. He's pretty pleased. So I reckon it's down to 3 now. You have to do that to me, Aiden. But we'll give you the announcement as soon as the game is finished. Riley kicking goals and doing it well too. But the other player, Mitch Carter, and the other player, number 32. Lethal go home with a headache. Anyway, the headaches will be there for the Demons and for Darren Van Zetta. A surge in the third term, and they look like there could have been some sort of a response, but not to be. And of course we had that half an hour of mystery where nobody knew what was happening. The ball was there, the players were there, but nobody knew what was happening. It was quite extraordinary. It was just one of those things that you need to have happen on April Fool's Day. You need to have something different, and it was. Ball's out of bounds, centre wing. Number 21, number 18 for Echunga, 21 Jason Dicker, and 18 Matt Rafe. They would be close to having more ink on their bodies than I've seen before. There's nothing wrong with that, but that's a good little competition going. Ball thrown in the air. 19 minutes gone. And here is a big chance for the Tigers. Charlie Bell, down the ground, Diminish, pushed, shoved, lost it, umpire says no. He was on the move, number 7, but couldn't quite get rid of it as the Demons spread from defence. Ball pushed in the air. Still, no, Diminish taken high. You're on's the call. And that's getting to his feet. That might be James Elliott, number 1, as opposed to Jake Diminish, number 7. Now the kick to be taken by Jimmy Elliott. Go Jimmy. We've gone 20 minutes. It's time. Time for footy replays everywhere. Kicks are behind. Not a lot of noise. They're behind as we hit now the 20-minute mark of this final quarter. An opening victory by way of the Tigers over the Demons. Yeah, entertaining. Nothing brilliant, but reasonably entertaining. Beautiful conditions up here. Yeah, I tell you what. All of the grounds we've seen today and what we will see, quite magnificent. Ball back towards centre wing. It bounces towards the boundary line. Oh, that was Charlie Bow who got tackled, and it's over the boundary line for a throw-in. Again, well done to the spirited boundary umpires who walk in about 10 or 15 metres and then give it everything, and they do a brilliant job. Well done. Well done indeed. Riley falls over, gets taken high. And Riley screws his head back on. And the umpire says, well, what's going on here? And Riley said, yeah, I ducked into it, so he gets the kick. Jacob Davies for Echunga, in towards half forward, clears the pack. There's 32 up there, who gets shuffled, and they'll get a free kick. It could be vying for the BOG. It's across towards the half-back flank, missed there by Diminish. Doesn't take it, and there'll be another fresh start. 22 and a half minutes gone. Well done to the sponsors for rendering their assistance. We'll give them plenty of calls right throughout our coverage during the season. There's a big grab coming out there. Mitch Carter. You like Mitch Carter's job? Yeah, I know his name and he's got a number and we know all that, so we might give him the prize. Hand pass out of trouble. Kick by the Demons, back to the centre of the ground. Riley's hand pass was good. Umpire watches and that'll do. That'll do. 22 and a half. We've made the decision. We have, I have. The decision has been reached. Mitch Carter, number 11. Mitch Carter, number 11, will be the BOG. Now, hoping that doesn't fall on deaf ears, but it's Mitch Carter, number 11. He will be the player who will receive the award as soon as the game is finished and as soon as we wrap it up. As we see another goal, a quick kick off the boot, the tumble forward, and well done. Fine performance there by number 48. Number 48. The only reason I know that his number is 48 is because he's out there with number 48 on it, and we'll find out during the week who he is. So that's another goal, and that's well, it's a strong last quarter of the finish. We've gone to 24.5 minutes in this final term, and it'll be Jack Osborne who'll be pretty pleased about it all. Now, there's a shepherding infringement, and the umpire, there's been a suggestion that the umpire do something with the ball, but I doubt very much that will happen, even though it is April Fool's Day. Kicked a half forward, punched out of trouble. Oh, there's some speed. There's some dazzling speed there by one of the Tigers players down the ground, and Riley takes another mark. That was Jack Stafford. Good on you, Jack. Now the kick into its full forward, not quite. Well, they looked as if they had that under control, but not to be. And it'll be the Demons to chair with the ball back to centre wing. Getting close to siren time. The announcement of our best on ground, it'll be to Mitch Carter, number 11. Mitch Carter, number 11, is the man that will win the award. And there's a good performance at the opposite end of the ground. Good running around there, and the snap is accurate. That snap coming from Mac Rath. He did well and popped it through. So 13-11-89 to 7-6-48. Very close to the end of this game. The start of a long haul for us, but something that we really love to do, and that is to get out and meet the people, meet the players, meet the officials. It's all about bringing the football to you, taking it to your lounge rooms, and most importantly, giving the sponsors as much as we possibly can, given that what they do is so important by way of looking after our football. And of course, John Douglas and Dartfish travel all over the place, making sure that we are there like we are right now, like we started last night and we finish off tonight, and we love doing it. This is almost siren time now, 26.5 minutes gone, and a chance for the Tigers to finish this game off with another goal. Let's see if they can. Touched on line or a mark. Will you kick a goal, will you, big fella? Come on, Mitch. Mitch has kicked a goal. He's won something, Mitch. Get excited. Mitch has kicked another one. After a strong mark, he took the mark in the square, and he's going to be a solid player right throughout the year. There's no doubt about that. 4 goals in the last quarter. So that news is very simple and very straightforward. Mitch Carter, at the 27-minute mark of the final quarter, he has kicked the goal. Good on you, mate, Mitch. Good work. Well, at centre field, we'll start for the last couple of times, you would think. Well, there's been 5 goals kicked in this last quarter. Out of the middle. Well, good work. Well run there, Dicker. Dicker bangs the ball down the ground towards half forward. No one can gather. He kept on running. So too did Davies. So too did Van Zetta. They're all demons. They couldn't drag it away. And there'll be a bounce. I think Davies might have got a, or Van Zetta might have got a whack. He's okay. Out of the middle, Davies tries to knock it forward. Umpire said no, mine. Almost ready to go. 28 minutes has gone in this final quarter. 28. We're counting down. Can we hit 30? I'd love to know how long that quarter went before. That must have gone about 40. 40 minutes in a quarter. And the ball was there and the players were there. What was happening? I have no idea. But we need to find out. We need to have an inquiry. There's the kick. Tigers into attack to half forward. From behind, no chance to take that mark, Mitch Carter. He does the running around, but the ball is kicked back towards centre half forward. Well marked. That's long bottom. That's his second touch. Long bottom. 2 touches. And there's the siren. Siren has sounded. 7-6-48 the Demons to the Tigers. 14-11-95. Now, I'm just not sure how all this is going to work, but I'm telling you that. I think my responsibility is to say who was the best player, and I'm going to say it was Mitch Carter. Mitch Carter, number 11. A very solid looking centre half forward, full forward for the Tigers. And I'm reckoning that he will be adjudged as the players shake hands. They will get their hands shaken, and also then he will be presented with the award which will be presented each time that we look after a game in our competition right throughout the year. So that will happen in a moment or two as the umpires are now leaving the ground. A special thanks to Jamie for being behind the camera and rendering his assistance, and to the T-Train for driving it brilliantly, and we do appreciate him, and we're going to see that presentation very, very shortly indeed, I reckon. The players just getting across and shaking hands. Good spirit, a few pushes and shoves, but nothing out of the ordinary. Nothing out of the ordinary at all, and that's what you want to see. You don't want to see any malice, any intent or anything as such. And all of the Demons now in their red on the right hand side of screen, and we'll search for Mitch Carter, who was on the left hand side of screen. He's number 11, isn't it? He's got the orange boots on, the orange boots, and he's not saying too much. He's just slapped hands with someone, and he's slapped hands with someone else. Come on, big fella, keep on slapping. He'll, I think, be aware of the fact that he's won an award in a second. That's Mitch Carter, number 11. And let's have a look and see what he's doing. Can we see him? Where's his orange boots? I'm searching hard for. There he is at the back. He's the last person in the gathering. He just leant forward. And he is a little bit shy. He's walking towards where he will leave the ground as the last player for the Tigers. Now stop where you're walking, Mitch. Come on, give us a chance. There's Mitch. Mitch is walking off with his orange boots. And I think that's the last we've seen of Mitch. Well, rest assured, he'll be looked after. He will be the recipient of what we give the footwear out to after the end of each game right throughout the year. A win this afternoon by way of the Tigers, who soundly beat the Demons. Thanks to all and sundry. We've got the theme song in the club room that we can hear in the background. But from Peter Walsh and from those who work diligently at their trade and help us by getting us to where, my thanks to you for your assistance. Hope you've enjoyed our coverage. There'll be lots more to come in the season of 2023.